Hey, what's up, Instagram? We're just going to hook up Facebook real quick and then we're going to get this show on the road. So let's see here. Go live now. Why isn't this working? Hey, what's up, everybody on Instagram? We are currently having some technical difficulties here. We'll be there in a minute. Let's just figure out how we can. There it is. There we go. Hey, thanks. What's up? It's a snow day. All right, let's go live on both here. You can reach more people by adding a title to your live video. All right. Hey, what's going on, everyone? It is Tim here with the Markland Advantage of Berkshire Hathaway Home Services, Penn Fed Realty. We're working from home base today because, well, it's a snow day, folks. And, it's, here we go. Got it. Thank you. Awesome. And it is snowing out there. Hopefully, if you're out on the roads today, that you're keeping it safe because we don't need any accidents, folks. If you can stay home, right? So today we're going to be hitting the market report for the month of January. But before we get into the stats and the numbers, we are going to introduce you to a couple things. Before we get started, coming up this week, we had sat down with Ben Richards. He's a loan officer with Sierra Pacific Mortgage in Bel Air, and we covered the top 5 most frequently asked questions when people are going to find a loan and they don't know where to start. So we talked about the top 5 questions that people have and answered those questions when somebody's pursuing a loan. So we're going to be putting that content out later this week, and then also in there some other bonus stuff. We talked about some good restaurants to go to in Bel Air. We have some pretty bad Super Bowl predictions. When we filmed it, it was on a Sunday right before the Super Bowl. We didn't know what was going to happen, and we might have called it wrong, so you get to look forward to that as well. And we are doing some new things in 2021 as well. If you know anyone that's in Harford County that's doing something pretty awesome, whether it's starting a new business, whether it's an event that they're holding, that people need to know more information about, we're going to be showcasing these people on our show, the TMA Connection. So please, if you know somebody that's doing something really cool and we want to get the word out about it, please feel free to message me. We would love to get in contact with them, help them promote their business as well, or their event, or whatever they're doing. So looking forward to doing that in 2021 as well. But without further ado, on today's TMA Connection, we are talking about the January market report from home base here in Bel Air, Maryland. We're going to talk about some Harford County stats. We're going to talk about some stats specific to Bel Air. But of course, if you have any questions about where you're coming from, I see Chase is on here in Facebook right now, and he's asking about a trip to Worcester County or Oyster County, however you pronounce it, on the eastern shore there. We can certainly give you some market stats for that, as well as anywhere in Maryland, Pennsylvania, Virginia, the DC area. We kind of got it all covered. So without further ado, though, let's get into Harford County as a whole, as the numbers for the month of January. Last month, we sold 258 homes in January. And when I say we, I don't mean me. I wish I sold 258 homes in January, but I'm talking about the market, the real estate industry sold 258 homes in January. When you compare that to the month before, you're looking at 411 homes were sold in December, and it shrunk down to 285. The holidays were here, but that's down 30.7%. But when you compare that 285 in January to January of last year, we're actually up 13.5%. Back then we sold 251, and again 285 in 2021 January. So as you can see, we had more real estate transactions selling in 2021 than 2020 when you're comparing the month of January. All right. Talking about the average days on market is another indicator of how fast real estate is moving. Not much of a difference between the month of January of this year and of December of 2020. Let's see, we had an average days on market in January of 23 days on market. It was 20 days in December. So again, not too much of a difference there. But when you look at January of 2020, a year ago, the average days on market was 53. So to have that such a low number in the month of January, when it's not as busy of a real estate season historically in January, certainly homes have been selling relatively fast, which is awesome for sellers, but it's been a difficult market here for our buyers. So if you're getting into buying, you might be looking at getting a few offers denied before you can actually get one that is accepted, because of just this low shortage of inventory and how much the demand is up with real estate. Buyers are struggling, but the good news is for buyers is that your interest rates are historically low. We're looking around 3% right now with that. So it's kind of good on both sides, but certainly right now with the inventory being low, if you've been on the fence about selling, wow, now's the time to kind of make a move with that. Our OLP, offered a list price, what we're putting it up on the market for, and what it actually goes under contract with. In the month of January, you're looking at about 98.9% from the original to contract price being 98.9%. So sellers still getting very close to asking price. I believe in December it was just above 100% of getting over asking price. And again, I think as we move into February and March, we're going to see that as well. The median home sales price in Harford County was $297,000 in January. When you compare that to last January, you're looking at a 15.6% increase from last year. So again, home values are going up and inventory is going down. All right, which means it's a supply and demand thing, folks. If there's a low supply, there's going to be a high demand. Now that's the nutshell on Harford County. Now we're going to go specifically into the Bel Air zip codes, and I only do that because the majority of the people that we know are in Bel Air. But again, like I said before, if you are somewhere else other than Bel Air and you want to find out more about your specific area, no obligation, simply reach out to us and we can hook you up with some of the numbers coming from your neighborhood. So as of this morning in Bel Air, all right, we currently have 13 homes that were coming soon. A real estate agent and a seller can list their home as coming soon within 3 weeks before it actually hits the market. And right now, we know of 13 homes that you as a consumer, you're not going to see that on Realtor.com or Zillow or Trulia, but a real estate agent can put into their search that they want to see homes that are coming soon, so that while you can't necessarily get into them, at least you can get a kind of a head start on getting into those properties so that you're in there day one. And if you're definitely needing a home, the coming soon is certainly something that you can take advantage of. As of this morning, 29 homes in the Bel Air zip code are currently on the market. When we break that down, single family homes, there's 17. There's 6 townhomes or semi-detached homes, 6 of those, and then 4 condos on the market. So you're talking, and then there's probably 1 or 2 manufactured homes that are thrown in there. but you are really looking at a super low inventory in Bel Air right now. Various price ranges, right? But you're looking at 29 overall, 17 single family homes, 6 townhomes, semi-detached, and the condos again at 4. So if you're looking for a condo, man, it is slim pickings out there with that in Bel Air. Again, this is just Bel Air. You got the surrounding areas and surrounding zip codes that we're not focusing on. But again, if you want more information about that, feel free to message us. Now, since February 1st, this month, 62 homes have gone under contract. Okay? And then as of February 1st, 53 homes have already sold in Bel Air. And when you compare that same time frame to last year in 2020, you're looking at 55 homes. So we're kind of on pace. And in February of 2020, 85 homes sold overall. So if you can guess the amount of homes that are going to sell in Bel Air from February 1 all the way up to February 28th, and we run that number, and you comment in the comments below, then we're gonna hook you up with a nice prize to the restaurant of your choice. So do us a favor, whether you comment the number or whether you share this post, make any comment, like it. Anytime you interact with our social media, we're truly grateful, and certainly we are going to reward you for that. So again, you're trying to guess how many homes are going to sell in February in the Bel Air zip codes of 21014 and 21015. And if you can guess that number or get the closest, we are going to hook you up with a gift card to the restaurant of your choice. Pretty cool. And again, if you don't live in Bel Air, hey, that's awesome. We can hook you up with some numbers there as well. Before we jet for today, a couple things. We got 2 listings, one that just hit the market today that I want to make you aware of, and then one that's going to be coming soon in the next week. We have 195 Fairing Court in Constant Friendship that just hit the market today. It's a 3-bedroom, 3 full and 1 half bath home. The sellers did amazing with getting the house prepared for the market. Lots of upgrades, including all new windows and sliders with a lifetime warranty. Laminate floors, freshly painted throughout. It's beautiful, and you want to check that out by going to our website, tma.penfedrealty.com. And then the other house that I want you to be aware of is coming soon, and that's going to be coming on the market next Thursday. That's at 536 Juna Apple Court. That's also in Constant Friendship. Amy's actually taking care of the sellers for that one. Well, we both are, but this is going to be one of Amy's listings that's going to be out there, and that one's going to be hitting the market too. Pictures to come. Probably we actually have Rob the photographer coming out on Thursday to snap those photos, and it's a beautiful home. It's a beautiful home, well maintained, and the well maintained homes, when the price right, they're going for top dollar and over asking with awesome conditions. So if you're on the fence about selling this year, you definitely want to reach out to us, because there's a lot of great opportunity there for you. Again, it is a low inventory market right now, and sellers are making top dollar on their home, especially again when they're priced right and they look awesome. You're going to be very, very happy. So if you have any questions about selling, or if you have any questions about buying, again, later this week we're going to be putting out a video that we shot with Ben Richards of Sierra Pacific Mortgage, talking about the 5 most frequently asked questions when it comes to buying a home. Those are the 5 top questions that he hears all the time about people that are inquiring about getting a mortgage. We sit down with him and talk about that, amongst other things, so please tune in for that. Again, if you like the stuff that we're putting out, I would totally be so grateful if you would share this, comment. I see we have some comments in the section right there. That's huge. Genuinely appreciate that, because again, the more you comment, like, and share, the more this stuff spreads like wildfire, and we're just doing good things for good people. And so, with that said, thank you so much for all your support. Also, if you want to follow us on the different social medias, I have Instagram going on up here. We got Facebook going on right here. But if you're on one but not the other, You can follow either one on Facebook and Instagram at the Markland Advantage. You can also have us on Twitter and Snapchat at TMA Real Estate. And you can also go to YouTube and search our video content there just by putting in the Markland Advantage on YouTube. Got a lot of great stuff coming out in 2021. Again, if you know somebody that's doing something cool, they're starting a business, they're having an event, they're just super cool people that the community needs to know more about, please reach out to us. We would love to sit down and have a conversation with them and make people more aware of what people are doing in this great community of Harford County. Folks, thank you so much for joining me today. Live your life to the fullest, and we'll see you soon. Take care.